I clearly remember the moment that I realized I was in over my head. I have always been an expert at projecting confidence, and when I announced that we were taking in a sibling group of 3 refugee children from the Democratic Republic of Congo, on top of our 3-year-old bio child and the 13-year-old daughter from Ethiopia we already had, people thought we were strange, but it wasn't completely out of character for our family. Even though I was finishing up my graduate degree in counseling, and soon afterward realized I was unexpectedly pregnant, my unsquashable optimism shut down any naysayer that came our way. The girls came. I somehow finished my degree and my internship through the dizzying nausea at an almost comical level of unpreparedness. And then my son came, bringing our total family number up to 8. We have crazy stories from that time. Stories of hijinks about raising kids that got off an airplane not speaking a word of English, and more serious stories of difficult behavior and tears and so much misinformation. But through it all, I was going to survive, and we were going to make it. But then there was the night that I was crying while washing dishes. It was my birthday, and I had just started a new, very part-time job working as a therapist for an adoption agency, the first step in the direction I had been dreaming about. Instead of coming home to flowers or a card, I came home to a serious conflict that had arisen while I was at class that involved physical aggression. No serious harm, but it had scared people, and a call to the social worker. We had celebrated my birthday with friends the previous weekend, but it just felt so wrong to have my actual birthday spent trying to negotiate this conflict. For the first time, I let my mind wander a bit and wonder if I were actually cut out for this. I knew what I needed to do. My mantra had been calm, predictable parenting. But suddenly I wondered if I was in way over my head. Could I parent 6 kids, 4 with trauma? Would this all just descend into chaos that I could no longer control? My husband heard me crying and came down to the kitchen. I think he instinctively knew that no words would be helpful at that point, or maybe he simply had no idea what to say. He held me, let my tears wet his shirt, and didn't offer any shallow platitudes of, "It will get better," or "Don't worry." Anybody who's been in the trenches of trauma knows those sayings for how worthless they are. The only thing that speaks the language of trauma is connection, and that's what I needed at that time. I created this audiobook with wanting that in mind. Connection is the key to trauma, and what is broken in relationship has to be healed in relationship, according to one of my professors in graduate school. And I created this audiobook as an expert, yes, but as an expert that has been through the fire of parenting traumatized kids as well. And I am still learning. Let's take this journey together. First off, I want to say that no book is a substitute for therapy. Personalized therapy, where your therapist knows you and your child, helps everyone communicate better. And working with someone who can make personalized recommendations is always the best situation. But I know that when I was waiting for a placement, when I was in the trenches waiting for an appointment, and even working with a therapist, I read everything I could get my hands on, hoping that something would help. This, hopefully, will be that audiobook, something to help. I created this audiobook as the resource I wish I could have had back when I was naive and thought that love could overcome everything. And part of what I wanted from experts wasn't just dry, cold theory. Rather, I wanted camaraderie and a knowledge that I wasn't alone in my worries and my fears. And so I am creating this audiobook as an adoption and trauma therapist, a foster adoptive mom, the sister to a sibling who was adopted, and a bio half-sister to a child placed for adoption.